Hey guys and girls, and welcome back to Greatest Good Tarot. Hope you're doing well and keeping out of mischief. Oh, it's been busy. Oh dear. Oh, I've almost run out of coffee. No, it's all right. It's fine. We're stockpiled for at least days. It's a big bag. Don't get me wrong. It's only going to last for a couple of days. But I hope you're doing well. I hope you're doing great and all that good stuff. Now, I did promise in our previous video that we're going to do some feedback and stuff like that. But the video was going a bit long and all that shebang. And quite frankly, I didn't think it was appropriate for how long the video was. It's not all about length, but please tell me it's not all about length. But the situation is this. I'm going to do the feedback now, and then we'll do the reading afterwards. So if you're not interested in the feedback, and it was very interesting feedback, that's why I'm going to highlight some of it, then you can skip ahead and we'll do the Chagos reading and all that kind of stuff in a minute. But first, you've been warned. You've been warned. So here we go. Let me go and click a few buttons so I get to the right screen. And I very much appreciated all this feedback, and I'm glad it resonated with so many people. And I'm just highlighting some, but there were so many good, phenomenal kind of like, oh, that's brilliant, kind of comments in the comments down below on the when we went into about half an hour of kind of, I don't know who this is for, but here are some things. So everyone from people like Rupert, who was saying very interesting thoughts and insights at the end of the video. Thank you very much indeed, matey. Then there was Elizabeth, who was saying, will your instructions be available? That she's interested, but they don't do social media. So where would that be all available and get it and stuff like that? Patreon is not a social media. Okay, Patreon is basically like a multitude of mini websites. We are now one of those mini websites they give available. Okay, you can go across there right now on patreon.com/Greatest Good Tarot. Now, because we're in a kind of a crazy shenang, that's a technical term, all you need right now, before we get into, releasing the Back to Basics course that I'm still trying to find the time to record, actually, because they're going to be videos and they're going to be here on YouTube and they'll be free and it's going to be the safety net. Yeah. All you need right now are two journals, and I would recommend, when you want to treat yourself, a nice pen. This is a Lamy pen. No, don't hold it against it. Right. I love it. This is probably going to be dirty. It's a bit dirty. Yeah. It's a fountain pen. Just a little kind of treat while you're doing your journaling. Yeah. You can use a Bic biro if you want. I just feel I'll make it, it's just nice to, I just like it. You know what I mean? I just like treating myself. And it was only 20 quid. And it's like, it just makes you feel like a scholar. It makes you feel like a right pompous sod. And while you're doing your journaling, it's just making it a nice place to be while you're doing your things. So 2 journals, if you want to treat yourself, a nice pen. And basically 1 journal is kind of light work. Okay, that's your inbound. That's what you want to manifest. That's what you want to bring in. And then you've got your shadow work, which is outbound, releasing, goodbye, good riddance one. Okay, neither the ones should meet. Okay, and that's your bare minimum. You can, if you then want to get all sexy and stuff like that, you can then get like other journals about moon cycles and stuff like that. But you do you, boo. The bare minimum is 2. And they don't have to be expensive. A couple of quid, that'll do. Shebang, okay? It's the fact that you're putting it on paper and then starting to analyze it and capturing the data, I used to call it. Capturing the data, and then you can work with it, okay? Instead of all in your noggin, and like causing mischief and taking up space. The other thing, rule of thumb to think about as well, is that you need to make space for the stuff you want to bring in. Okay, so that's another way of thinking of it. So the reason why we do the shadow work is to make space for the sexy that you want to bring in. And that's available on Patreon. There is a lot of resources already. Last night, I finally posted the moon cycles, which are kind of every 28 days, every month. There are 13 months in the year because of the moon cycle, how it works, instead of 12. And basically, it keeps you in a rhythm, a nice rhythm using the cycle. So there's the 4 seasons, and then there's the moon within it. Okay, and it's a nice, simple way of knowing where you're at, what you should be doing instead of going against the grain. All right. So there is a resource over there, the Year of Awakening and Awareness. That goes back. You can start now, as we're still in spring. You can go back. There's multiple releases there. And every Sunday that will be released. And then on top of that, you've got the moon cycle stuff there as well. And between the two, you should be starting to feeling groovy. All right. There are going to be more resources. And the other thing to remember, as this is not an upsell, but just to say it's there, is that you'll see the infinity symbol quite frequently. And that indicates quite easily that blog post expands. Now, I've explained this really badly. It's my fault. But the expanse, what we call it, blog posts, are, if you're paying as a member, a lot of it's free, available, whatever. Okay, so you've got the freebie bit. And then like the videos here, where we have extra videos, you have extra material. Okay, it automatically recognizes that, oh, you're a, this level member, and it expands it to give you additional resources, additional materials, that kind of thing, depending on the blog posts and stuff like that. Final thing I will say about the moon cycles, I felt like it was more important to get it out there than for the Expanse users. You will also have handouts that I haven't quite finished designing yet. So you could be able to print them off every month and just follow it along and all that kind of stuff. So that's part of the, but it's not there yet. I thought it was more important to kind of get the groove going. And I will tell you when I've gone back, produced the handouts, the worksheets, whatever you want to call them, and then they'll be there. All right? So just so you know, but the additional material is there. The handouts are not. All right? So, but yes, it's not social media. It is basically a platform so that we can publish things. Simple as that. Okay? It's like our own mini website, which has got expanse quite quickly. I think there's like 400 posts over there with the videos and other things like that. But everything will now be posted over there. And the goodies, there are 2 versions. Okay, so everyone gets the beginner, and then you've got the extended as well with the infinity symbol. Right. So now Sue did say, and I thought this was and then we've got Barry's feedback, and then we'll get into the reading. Okay. So Sue said, and I really felt this one. She says she didn't want to admit it as she felt embarrassed, but the message given at the end really resonated with her because this sounds really stupid. Nothing stupid, just the acknowledgement, that finding the data. Yeah, think about it that way. Well, we've got a new data point, darling. Yeah. It feels really stupid. She knows, but she felt she was losing her faith. No. It's not stupid. It's acknowledgement. Okay? Nothing is stupid. Nothing is silly. That's a modern construct thing. All right? This is a modern world thing. Oh, that's crap. Oh, that's this. That's that. Blah, blah, labels. Yeah? No. It's an input. It's a piece of data. Okay? That is good. That is good. We've captured that data. We've acknowledged that data. That is good. We can now either ignore it or fix it. Now we've acknowledged it, we know there's a choice to be made. Yeah? Think of it that way. She continues. I'm going to go in her take like that. Anyway, she says, and she asked for something, a sign, and first you chose her reading on the 15-minute cities, and then talked about the secret that I have been, I've heard about you mentioned and thought, wow, we all need to know more, especially herself, as she's 70 this year. Well, where's the cake? First off, hold on, right? Where's the party? Is there cake? Are we having a jig, darling? Should I flash my ankles? These are the important questions involving you're turning 70, my sweet pea. Congratulations. You've lasted this long. Yay! Well done, you. And she felt like it's time. Time is running out for her. This is no. Our job. The important, and I said this bit like, the difficulty I've got is that we haven't really spoken about these sorts of things here on YouTube, but we have spoken about them previously on Twitch. So there's kind of like two groups that I have going in the Greatest Good Village. When we how do I describe this best without patronizing and shenanigans? We get trained that our usefulness is that when we're working, okay, and then all of a sudden, thank you very much, we've used the best years of your life, and now you can go on the scrap heap. Yeah? No. We've always got something to contribute, or we wouldn't be here, right? Very, very simple. We would just go kaput, kaplat, kasplat at the end of working life kind of thing. It'll be that it. Well done. That's enough. We don't need you anymore. That's not true. Okay? The best way to describe it is, very quickly before we get into stuff, but there's more there. The important thing to remember is that at this time of life, you still have technically a job, bunny floppy is. A usefulness, if you wish, bunny floppy is. But it's voluntary. You choose what you want to do. Okay? To invest in the community, invest in other people's lives, invest in whatever you want to do. Okay, some I had, and I hope they don't. I won't say their name, but I hope they don't mind me sharing this. In one of our kind of sessions that we used to do back in the day, this gent was on the cusp when we started talking and kind of spiritual growth and all that kind of stuff. On the cusp of retiring, and he was unsure, uncertain what did that mean and that kind of stuff. And a majority of the materials at the time, and to be honest with you, they still do right now, and I think I'm going to keep it like that, to be honest with you. It was focusing on what do people really want to do? What do people really want to, like, career-wise, that kind of stuff? And he was like, but I'm retiring. I'm going to finish my job. I'm finishing what I'm doing. I'm finishing work and that kind of thing. And I was like, no. The difference for you is that you have the freedom of choice. You ain't got the 9 to 5 anymore. You ain't got that, yes. But you can choose. You may want to volunteer at the local soup kitchen. Or you may wish to, I don't know, if he wasn't a business leader, if you will, he was, I don't want to disrespect him, but you may wish to inspire new enterprising people, if you run a business, to run their own business and support them in that kind of like a mentor way in that respect. Do you see what I'm saying? It's like, you have the freedom of choice with your skills and understandings and stuff like that. Kind of almost like spiritually, and I'm going to get stick for this, but it's a metaphor, all right? It's almost as if you think of it as if like you've leveled up to an ascended master in your skills, in your mindset, in your knowledge base, in your way of doing things. So as that level, now you're retired, you can now kind of be above it a bit and choose where you invest that time into other things. Of course, go on holidays and saga and all that kind of stuff, enjoy yourself, baby. But I mean, that's the natural evolution. You've become a master at your skills. Okay? Now, you may not think it, you may not feel it. That's something separate, right? But that's what you've done. You've leveled up. And because there is no kind of, what's the best way? There's no kind of map laid out for people when they become retired. Like I said, especially with the tax man and everybody else, you've invested into you're useless now on the scrap heap. No. It's a different way of thinking it. It's a different way of approaching it, because your usefulness to them, paying the taxes or working or whatever, that's them. That's the 3D. That's the here and now. That's short-sightedness. You've got skills to share. Understandings. You've been there, you've done it, you've got the t-shirt, you know things of which, if these snobby little buggers, of which they are, the boss, the tax man, all that kind of modern life, were actually any clever, and this explains a lot in the modern world right now, they would try and find a way to mine your knowledge, to really kind of put you on a pedestal, to like tap in occasionally and go, oh, right, we've got this situation, we've got this issue. What are your, almost like an oracle. Do you see what I'm saying? So don't think that, okay, I'm now retired, I'll just hoity-toity, whatever. No. You're the oracle. You're the I don't know, the village elder. I don't mean that in a patronizing way. It's like you've been there, you've done it, you've got the t-shirt, you know things, yeah? Don't lose the faith. People should be coming to you and mining your knowledge, mining you kind of thing, if you get me, and kind of finding out things and learning instead of making stupid mistakes over and over and over again, which we've currently got. So I hope that inspires you, okay? So, like I said, over at Patreon, like it's the free stuff I'm telling you to go and use, right? If you want to expand and pay extra and all that kind of stuff, you do you, boo. But that's go and sign up over there on the website, patreon.com/Greatest Good Tarot. Over there, you've got the resources. We're starting to do it. At least do the moon cycle to get you in the groove, okay? And more to come, which I will highlight, obviously. Finally, Barry, this is a phenomenal comment that I got. Barry, the one who keeps promising coffee and very, very little coffee has arrived. He has said, has been watching my videos, obviously, good, well done, got to get those YouTube pennies up. Especially where I've been discussing taking... I've been discussing you taking your own spiritual path, and it spurred him on to reconnect. Beautiful. My work here is done. Huzzah! I'm still kind of trying to bring that back. Along with like-minded friends, work colleagues, and their friends, they've started a group. Spiritual/psychic/research and investigative group even. Well, it's not gonna fit on a business card or whatever this group is. it's gonna roll off. Sounds amazing, excellent. Some people would call this and like in the traditional sense. And once again, I don't mean to patronize. I'm just trying to bring like joining the dots. That's what obviously Christians have the Bible study. groups and stuff like that. Exactly. This is exactly the sort of thing. Yes. You don't have to do it alone. Exactly. They've had 2 meetings now, including mediums, pagans, tarot readers, and what did I say? A physicist. Excellent. This is phenomenal. I really like, because they ultimately, and I'm jumping in here again, ultimately boiling it all down, okay? Remember that science class where the differences between solids, liquids, and gas, the molecules vibrating at a different time and how they're structured, okay? That is the bare basics of religion, okay? Religion, spiritual studies, hippie, new age, that's good stuff, man. All that kind of stuff, right? The fundamentals go back to that class, okay? How even this solid table is vibrating at a certain level. We're observing it as solid. Liquids, they're vibrating at different, they're a bit more loosey-goosey. Yeah, and then gas, exactly the same for us. And once we, as a group, as a society, as the greatest good village, whatever, realizes that the science doesn't stop at our skin, but is also happening inside, vibrating at different levels. Like a radio, you can tune it. Okay? That's at the bare basics, at the fundamental level, that all religions, everything, that is it. Okay? Excellent. That's so cool. He continues to finish off. They've meditated, raised. I can read. Shut up. I'm a bit dyslexic. That's fine, but still. They raised their vibration. Exactly what they're tuning in. Yes. And all had an instant raise in their energies. It has been amazing. And we're all excited and energized. Well, it sounds like you're energized. Honestly, you're like Energizer Bunny over there. Flipping heck. In our own way, we are heading in a better direction. Thank you for this divine nudge. Thank you, matey. Top bloke, he goes, thank you. You're welcome. You're very well. Right, okay? Fundamentals, solid, liquid, gas. Science says it's so. Different vibrations. Exactly the same inside us. We're tuning it in. Okay? We've got the spiritual fuel tank. And by filling the spiritual fuel tank, by doing all the right maneuvers, we're naturally energizing like the Energizer Bunny. I know I'm mixing metaphors, but we're having a conversation, and it strangely does actually make sense, doesn't it? It's shocking in some respects. And that's all the feedback. Congratulations, we survived. But sincerely, thank you so much indeed for your inthought. I can't speak or read or anything at the moment. But thank you for your insights. Thank you for sharing with myself and the Greatest Good Village in the comments down below. Sincerely, it is phenomenal. Like I said, patreon.com/Greatest Good Tarot. That's where all the nuggets and sexy are. And the back to basics, once I've programmed releases and things like that, like I said, I'm sitting on a phenomenal amount of material that I've done for a very, very long time. I've rejigged some of it to make it more in the cycle of now, as it were. And now we're publishing it and programming it, so you've already got it, okay? And then once I've done that, hopefully by the end of this week, we can then I can then sit down at the weekend and record the back to basic stuff, and that will all be posted at the same time in a playlist, and then you'll have it, okay? Your safety net, this is what you need. We'll talk about things like the why in much more detail, because once you know the why, the how, the meditating, the journaling, the grounding, all that kind of stuff makes sense. Yeah, but you need to know the why. Okay, and we'll be talking about the why and how it all connects, including the spiritual fuel tank. Okay, and then the resources will be there, and we should be ready for the 1st of March. Everything else will then be published over there as well, and everything will be in sync. Okay, so there we go. And then obviously on the 1st of March, we close the memberships here, because you're getting for the same money exactly what you had before over here, but also a crap ton more. And I think it's a metric crap ton. I believe it's metric. But there we go. We're almost there, baby. We're almost there. Right. Now, I've got to click some buttons again. Oh, flipping heck. That's been long. Right. So, I do apologise, but I hope that inspired and resonated with people and stuff like that. Here we go, baby. Let's, first off, coffee. And my nose has been starting to run for some strange reason. Doing that, I was feeling absolutely fine, and then suddenly halfway through that, I'm so sorry. I do apologise. Right. Oh, the coffee's gone. Right. I can cope. I'm a big boy. So the question is this, and I jumped in here rather quickly, so it hasn't got an upvotes or anything like that. But Teabag said, "Hi, Gigi. Thank you so much for this reading." I believe it was for reform and Nigel check-in and stuff like that. Very reassuring. I was a bit worried that you weren't well due to your absence on Monday. Yeah, apologies about that. So pleased to hear you were just up to your neck in Patreon stuff. It's getting there, baby. Trust me, once it's done, well, when I say done, like all the back catalogue stuff that I've produced, and we've reorganised it a little bit and all that jazz, it's going to be so much easier. End of the month, I'm feeling it, baby. It'll be all right. I hope it all works out well for you. Thank you very much. And you guys, because I'm just, like I said, it's a resource. That's why I'm asking people to, if you pay extra or pay or anything, don't forget to do, rule of thumb, doing it around via the website of Patreon, but you can use the app to access all the resources as you go. All right? You're not tethered to your computer or laptop or whatever. Yeah? So where do they say, Teabag? Where did you go to? When you get the chance, I have the chance. Could you please do a reading on the cheeky beginnings of a resettlement on the Chagos Islands by the group of Chagossians? I don't know that word either. Chagossians, led by their First Minister Misley. I'm not even gonna try. Okay, I'm clearly not in the mood to even try that one. I don't want to disrespect the lad, so I'm not going to. I think it's hilarious and wish them every success. In fact, Erin Dawes and I was watching the footage last night, and bear in mind that's a blinder for them. That's genius. On the world stage, everyone can watch. Yeah. Using Starlink technology by Daddy Elon Musk. Genius. Chef kiss. Mwah. In fact, Erin Dawes and I looked at each other and go, we could move there. It's a bit rustic, but we could. Let's go there. That looks picturesque and beautiful. Why aren't we moving there? We can build a farm there. That's amazing. I could help them out. Please tell us they are going to thrive. Also, if possible, can you tell us what Starmer thinks of it? Many thanks and best wishes. Oh, thank you very much indeed. Right. So, let's have a butcher's here. So the Chagos Islands now being repopulated by the Chagossians. Is it? Oh, wow. I think I've just said it. I see it printed all the time. It's not until I hear someone say it, and I've got to hear them say it several times before I'm like, oh, okay, that's how you pronounce it. Okay. Welcome to the world of dyslexia. So, yes. That's why I'm not even trying the First Minister's, because I haven't heard it enough times to go, oh, that's how you say it. But I did notice that his dad was there as well, who got like 14, got ripped away from the island. Under a Labour government, I found out last night. I was like, what? So Labour removed them and all hell broke loose. And now under another Labour government, they're now going to repopulate and rebuild and build a permanent settlement and all that jazz. Genius. Oh, beautiful. All comes home to roost, doesn't it? So, how's this going to go? And then at the outcome, can we find out, what Stuttery Starmer is thinking about this and all that kind of stuff. For the greatest good for all concerned. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Always be appreciative. Yes. Mm-hmm. Right, push a button to get rid of that. Lovely, lovely, lovely. So how's this going to go? Two more. Okay. One. Two. There we go. Lovely. So, protected. Messenger card. The messenger card is one of the 4 extra cards in this deck, which is all about when you see it, and you may be seeing repeating numbers, kind of like white feathers, white butterflies, depending on the time of year, all that kind of stuff. Like symbols repeating themselves, kind of go, oh, okay. It's saying that your spirit team, your spirit guides, your angel team, whatever you want to call them, are around you. And to kind of, you're protected and just to kind of call them in if you need them. Okay. Remember, and I keep on bashing on about this, and yes, it's going to be in the back to basics, but pretty much all prayer, everything is consent intent. Okay. And it's throughout all of religions, all of spirituality, everything, consent intent. So our Father who art in heaven, consent. Can you come here, please? I'm consenting for you to come in. Yeah. Intent. Give us each day our daily bread. Blah blah blah. I'm only saying that because it's the only prayer that's been bashed into me since as a kid. So I kind of know it off by heart. To be able to kind of like pull it apart like that. But that's, you see what I'm saying? But they are protected. Okay. They're protected. They're like watching. Page of Pentacles here. This is the Googling card for me. Okay. So research, data, finding out, doing stuff, blah, blah, blah. So I think the last time I heard anything is that people were worrying about fresh water for them, and they've only there's supposedly 6 freshwater wells on the island. They've only found 1 at the moment. It's that, I think that's right. Like I said, I've slept since then, so but it's, I think this here is basically working out what's available, what's there, what do we need to do, building up, all that kind of stuff. Okay. So this is beautiful. They're protected, and, the research, data, information, the lay of the land, whatever you want to call it, it's going well. Okay. This card here is going to be important, but at the moment, sexy. 3 of Cups. Wow. Queen of, wow, this card is still going to be important, but this is all the Chagossians. 3 of Cups, community coming together. Yes, celebratory. Yes, we've made land and all that kind of stuff. The old gentleman, the father of the leader, the First Minister, first time back I think he's in his 70s and he's now back where he started, kind of thing. I bet that was an emotional, beautiful thing. Kind of thing. Yeah, I bet that was like a true kind of wow. So yes. So the community working together, researching the lie of the land, they're protected, they're feeling comfortable, safe, secure. Okay, Queen of Cups. So I thought we were going to go down here as tradition, but so far we're across the board. Okay. Devil. Oh dear. They are it's squeaky bum time, let's put it that way. 8 of Wands. Oh crap! This is stuttery Starmer and the government and all that kind of stuff already. Crap! Started off so bloody well. So this is already pressure. This is already quick movements. How dare you go back? Blah blah blah. Like rah, waggy finger, whatever. Tower trying to upheave all this kind of pleasantry and stuff like that. The Eight of Wands is like, I'm surprised, like a huge amount of boats and ships and stuff haven't started going across before more people arrive. I don't know. I don't know if I mentioned, I've been working on the Patreon. I haven't seen the news yet. I haven't stopped for lunch yet, so I haven't caught up. But if that Eight of Wands there, that is kind of, this is temper tantrum. This is like, who the hell do they think they are kind of energy. So Chagossians at the top, Combayar, everything's lovely, protected and all that kind of stuff. This is actually quite telling. God, Spirit, Universe, Angel Team, all that kind of stuff, spiritually supporting against the devil, the evil, the self-righteous down here. High Priestess, intuition, Five of Pentacles, losing their ground. Wow, we've got so many different layers here. So this is Stuttery Starmer in the UK government, right? Straight across the middle. This down here is like the worry of losing out. The Five of Pentacles here. So their intuition is losing their ground to give away the Chagos. This is the government. This is the Chagos. Sorry, I'm just reflecting and reviewing here. It's almost like their worst nightmare, UK government. Like it's like an abstract. Or it's no longer abstract, it's now in the real. And now they're going to have to show or be seen going against human rights and all that crap. Does that make sense? Because that's what it feels like here. The High Priestess, the intuition is now, it's like they're stuck. The dynamics have changed. It's no longer an abstract. It's physical, and now they're going to be documented doing it. Do you know what I mean? It's that kind of thing. It's something like, there we go, judgment. The trumpet of truth. The truth of the situation, calling them out. You can't claim that you're human rights and all this BS, and then at the same time you're doing the worst case scenario, and it happened under Labour before, and it's happening in Labour again. You know, it's all that kind of stuff. We don't, you know. Three of Pentacles, new foundations, working together, teamwork, that kind of thing. The truth of the matter, the Knight of Swords rushing in, okay? This is ruined, right? The High Priestess, I'll say it now, this High Priestess here, they're desperately trying to, they're not trying to lose ground, and they're worried that they're going to lose ground. So it feels as if they're going to try and get involved and stop it from happening when it's been broadcast. Oh, no, there's a mic there. When it's been broadcast to multiple millions of people over the last 24 hours. Everyone knows they're there now, yeah? And this is calling them out, showing their true colours, showing their true situation. As a foundation of a snapshot of now, this feels awful. This feels dodgy as anything. This feels as if, like, it can't happen. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's like, I don't know how many people are there, like 10, 5, 10, whatever. How dare they? We can get rid of them now. We can, all that kind of stuff now. We can interfere now. Especially when, I think he shouldn't have said it, but more people are coming over the next couple of weeks and stuff like that. So if they nib it in the bud now, their legal kind of, we can give it away, blah, 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 and pay for the thing can still stand. This is what they're thinking. But the judgment card here is like the truth of the scumminess of the government, the scumminess of these individuals involved, Starmer included, the scumminess of, to some extent, the weird kind of relationship that's going on with Mauritius. Don't forget that I think it was their First Minister, their President, their Prime Minister, some head honcho there, got arrested a couple of months ago, remember? And they found money, pounds, and they found blank visas, UK visas, if you remember, in suitcases. We haven't heard much since then, have we? We haven't. It's all smelling dodgy. And so this is what they're worried about. It's not doing the right thing, but not being shown up for their true scumminess that they are. But it already is happening. Okay. So let's do the gossip, the energy section here. Right. Let's have a butcher's. Okay. So for the new boys and girls, we always do our shuffling without edits, so that you see that I'm not stacking the deck. I'm not kind of trying to manipulate any particular way. You see the cards as I see the cards. And if that's, this sort of greatest good village that we have here, where we're, doing groovy stuff at the moment, sounds a sexy place to be. Why don't you subscribe and ding-a-ling that bell and do the YouTube things? That'd be very, very lovely indeed. And everybody who likes the videos, thank you so much indeed. You're generally helping out the channel. And if you get the option to hype, yay you. Well done you. Thank you very much indeed. So let's have a look here. Right. One more. There we go. So let's cut the deck. So this is the energy surrounding it. We like to call it the gossip. So what's going on? So normally we have like one side here, another side here. As you can tell that we've got all these layers going on. So this is gonna be going to be fun to try and keep up with all this. Okay, so messenger card, solution to the problem. Exactly, they're protected. Page of Wands. Joining forces. It's not just the see, I've lost it again. The Chagossians. There we go. I think there's an army, ex-army people there, and that kind of stuff. There's more. I think some maybe legal. It feels like 3 or 4 ways these different forces are joining. So if you've got the Chagossians in the middle, you've got the legal team possibly this side, you've got the army and all that kind of stuff this side, you've got kind of other supporters on this. Do you see what I'm saying? It's like it feels 3 or 4 way, more people coming in. 3 of Cups, foreign occupation. It's been held by other people. We want it back. Queen of Cups, holding power. Beautiful. They're comfortable. They're holding their ground. Well done. So more support coming in. Like I said, it's gone from the abstract to now suddenly on the ground, actual people, actual things happening. They're eating there, they're sleeping there, they're building there, and all that kind of stuff. Yes, at the moment, it's just tents. Yes, at the moment, they've got all the... But they're going to start building, making it permanent residence. Actual kind of... At the moment, they've just got to do the basics. And like I said, Erindors and I both looked at each other and went, we could do that. We could. Why not? We could build a farm there. We could do. I hear New Jersey potatoes love sand. They're growing most of potatoes in deserts that are sold in supermarkets at the moment, and they'd love that. We could grow there. It'd be fine. Excuse me. So the devil here, the government level, distraction, illusion. I keep getting kind of temper tantrum in this area here. How dare they? Who the hell do they think they are? Blah, 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 that kind of thing. It almost feels as if it's almost as if they're trying to stop the reporting of this, to shut down the sharing of data of this. If I was them and they've got Starlink, bearing in mind because for the new boys and girls, we're off grid. Okay, we're on solar panels. All this is powered by solar panels and stuff like that. Not to rub it in, but to say it can be done, you can do it too, type thing. We also have Starlink. Okay, so that's how we get everything to you. So we like knowing what Starlink can do, and I believe they've got 2 satellites. We've only got 1. They could probably, it feels as if they need a live stream continually and kind of show what they're doing and all that kind of stuff. It feels as if documentation and showing in that respect, even if there's like a YouTube channel and they just stream it straight to there, if you get what I'm saying. It feels like this level, the government, the legalese, all that lot are going to try and distract with other things, other subjects, other problems, and then try and do stuff, get rid of them, that kind of malarkey. And this lot needs to openly stream. They need to openly use all the social medias, and this is what the benefit is of them. Stream continually, show what's going on, live stream if something like a boat, like I keep getting here, or a fleet comes towards them, stream it, like don't cut away from it, show what's happening, that kind of thing. So 8 of Wands. Support role. So they're doing the distraction illusion over here, while, like I said, the fleet, the other teams to go and get them off again. Tower card, celebration, success to this Tower card here. Yeah? So this upheaval, it feels like it's proved, it's shown, it's how dastardly, horrific, manipulative all these people are. If you get me, it's like they're holding their ground, all that kind of stuff. They've got to show, just keep showing. So be careful of the distractions. Same with trinkets, isn't it? It's always trinkets or distractions. While the Navy or somebody, or maybe the Americans go in because they're closest to go in and try and get rid of them. But the point is made. Breaking the laws, international laws, treaties, blah, blah, blah. It is successful. This is successful. Not for them, for this lot up here. Okay? It's successful. High Priestess. They're trying to hand over. Yeah, exactly. All they're down to is trying to hand over the ownership. Yeah? 5 of Pentacles. Burn out. Exactly. They can't do anything. They're worried now. Their public life they're being shown up once again because they're crap. Because they're not just stuttery, all of them. They're absolute, rubbish. Yeah. If they were so good, they would be successful in the public sector, wouldn't they? No, private sector, sorry. They would do business and things. But because they're so rubbish, they're in the reject bin of the public. Not all of them, obviously. NHS, we love you. Fire, all that lot, right? We get it. We're talking about your masters. They're just like rubbish. And they're showing them burning themselves out. They're worried. They're concerned. They're the more they push against all this, okay, the more they're showing their true colours. Their masks are falling even more. People are all seeing it. They're trying to distract from it, but everyone's seeing it. Everyone's witnessing it. Judgment. There's the wake up. How crap are you? Where's your morality? Yeah, it's all that kind of stuff. This is you and me down here. The true wake up of what's really going on here. Okay? The enlightenment. Now, this is surprise attack. Okay? So, like I said, this quick movement, whatever it is here, is suddenly like, hold on, what? You did what? Kind of energy. Okay? Because they're desperate to give away these islands. Absolutely desperate. But they can't deal with the pushback. They can't deal with the legalese of it. They're trying to do it every other way, but on the up and up. Overarching energy, water's rising, exactly. Underlying energy, tension escalates by their own actions. They're so desperate, whatever this is, of giving it away to Mauritius and China. They're like, who does he work for? Right? It's got to be asked now. At this point, from what we're getting down here, especially, who does he work for? Starmer and his ilk. Because it ain't the Chagossians and the British people. It ain't like by their own actions. They can flap their faces as much as they want, but it doesn't work anymore. We know it's just meaningless rubbish. And this is why, in my humble opinion, rightly or wrongly, this is why Reform are doing so well and Rupert Lowe are doing so well. And to a certain extent, Ben Habib is doing so well, right? Because they speak a different language. They just talk like normal people, just like having a conversation instead of buzzwords and like nudges and nods and winks and buzz. Yeah. There's no trust here. And this is going to, the surprise attack down here is truly kind of the awakening here. Is truly, it's like, it's unbelievable. It's like, why is history repeating itself? Why are you doing this? You're supposed to be human rights lawyer. You're supposed to understand basic kind of crap here. What are you doing? Yeah? So, now let's go to the outcome here. Oh, we've got victory and walking away. Okay? Victory and the Eight of Cups. It genuinely, I am shocked that more people aren't talking about, if these individuals are so crap, including Starmer, head of CPS, blah, blah, blah. How crap is CPS? Right? Let's just, why aren't we investigating? If he's crap here, just follow the dots. If he's absolute crap right now as Prime Minister, what has been going on in CPS that we don't know about? Because bearing in mind, everything just doesn't go to his table. It didn't come across my desk. Whacking people. Do you know what I mean? It's like, there's only a certain amount of repeated patterns before people like should go, well, hold on. This is not just a mistake. This is a behavior. This is a something that he continually does. So if that's the case, let's review and find out what has actually been going on under his leadership at these places. But they won't, because they're the ones like I can't remember what it is now. Oh, there was something this week. Please remind me in the comments down below. And you can also put your suggestions for future readings down there as well, please. There was something this week where they are investigating themselves. It's not. What was it? It was like twice in quick succession. They wanted their kind of cabinet to investigate something or other. The first one I can't remember, but it was the big noise one. And then Sunday, Monday, there was a second story about Labour stuff, and then so they're going to investigate themselves, if you get me. So one of them, they couldn't back down, and they had to do a proper investigation and things. That was last week, and then this week, like it literally happened again, and he's managed to, like, his team are going to do it. But then there hasn't been another Prime Minister question time thing since, if you get me, so to add the pressure. So it's very odd. It's just everything's about marking their own homework, isn't it? So let's have a look here. Outcome to this reading, please. Thank you very much. Thank you. Right. So, stuck, trapped, don't know what to do. This is the government up here now. Okay, this is Starmer up here. Truth of the situation. They're trying to be the authority, but the truth is kind of screwing them up. This is the Chagossians holding on security blanket, staying where they are, taking charge passionately. Okay, so over here they're stuck. Worst case scenario, they're showing up what's happening, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, absolute crap. Because the truth, the authority of the situation, but you're stuck. Holding on for dear life. This is ours. Go away. Taking charge. Difficult decisions. Reviewing the situation. Hollow victory. This hollow victory, notice it's on the success. This hollow victory here feels like them trying to take them off the island. The fleet that we were talking about. Yeah, they may have got several people off, not all of them, as an example. Okay? But the damage is done. Yes, you've achieved your goal. Yes, well done you. You got 5 people off. Well done. Don't you feel great? But it's the damage is done because of it. It's a hollow victory. You achieved your goals, but the ultimate kind of rigmarole, it screwed you over. Rulership handover, death. It's over. It's over. So even though at the moment they're stuck, they're trapped, it's over, it's crap, right? So that's why they've got to get this people off and fudge the numbers and fudge the situation to achieve it, but it's stuck. It's showing themselves up. Moving on to Calmer Shores, the 5 to 6. Okay? So this is a short-term win for this lot. Now it's shown them to the true extent of how evil, basically, they are. And now over here, moving into calmer shores. The burden is on them. Yeah, but it's an end of a cycle. The burden is like, it's over. Eventually, no, let me read. I'm flapping my face quicker than I can get it. The downloads. The burden, the best way to describe it is the burden has shifted. Okay, once it was the burden of the Chagossians, now it's the burden of, you take it. It's yours. We're fine. You take it. More pressure on. Queen of Swords. Twice. We had the Knight of Swords, the data, the information rushing in. Now we've got the Queen of Swords. Harsh truth. Always honest. Bit of a knee-jerk reactor, to the point though. Okay? Underlying energy. New partnerships. New way forwards. So, this is nice. Once again, proving how crap all these legalese. I wish they should get rid of these legalese people. Yeah? As much as possible. I know they're making laws and all that kind of stuff, but they need to get rid of these, there needs to be standards. We should add to the list. Okay, so we've already said that any bloke who is under the height of 5'10", 5'11", they all seem to have a chip on their shoulder, kind of like Tom Cruise syndrome. Yeah. Like tiny Sadiq Khan. They're always kind of compensating. Do you know what I mean? So it's so they're banned. If they've ever been a lawyer, they're banned. Who else can we get rid of so that we can have a House of Representatives basically that represent are actually people? I'm just adding to the list. So, 2 more of this Kipper deck, and then we'll leave. So, we have got imprisoned again. This is the worst, like I said, worst case scenario, worst nightmare. This is it. What a blinder they've done. The Chagossians, this group, proving their point. There's going to be outrage. There's going to be the awaken, really, but they need to capture data. Or stream it. Just getting data off the island as much as possible. Marriage, that's the 2 of Cups here. A new agreement, a new way forward. Journey, more people out. Coffin on the death card. Coffin on the death card. I hate to say it, I'm not going I'm not going to. Yeah, toil and labour. It's going to be a bit difficult to continue on. The Chagossians, but they're taking charge. They're securing it. Yeah? Underlying energy, message of concern, isn't it just? Underlying energy, courtship. All these partnerships, all these different things going on here to try and make it happen, and it's just not going to happen. It's not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. Just as a highlight, just as a small kind of little thing at the end here. Isn't it interesting that they've spent so much time, effort, resources, our money on all of this when still the Hillsborough law is nowhere further forward? Just saying. Just putting that out there. Just as a little kind of shebang. Don't even know if it's even the right thing. Let's just say huzzah again to distract from the shebang. Anyway, I hope this resonates. I hope this makes sense. I hope there's a lot going on here. But ultimately, it truly is this marriage here feels like international courts, but they're stuck. It's over. They're imprisoned. They should be, right? I think at certain point, actual legal challenges to Starmer and people of that ilk personally should be, because they're obviously something going on here that it's almost like a religious cult type thing. If you get me, it's off. It's just off. But death card twice in the same place, it's over. Okay, this is the worst case scenario for them. It's going to show them up to the true extent of how in the true, like the truest kind of like English way of saying corrupt they are, not legal corrupt, right? The corruption involved here. So yeah, I hope that gives a good step, but there's way to go yet. There is a way to go. But the damage is already being done to this lot. The burden's shifted. So, I will be doing an exclusive reading. Apologies for the people who are, our elite members. We'll do another reading. There's a general vibes reading that I would like to do for you. Okay, but it's also been a bit of a slow news time, which is kind of a blessing, so that we can get on with Patreon and getting things sorted and like all that kind of jazz. But it's just like a bit of a slow news. It's the same subject being repeated over and over and over again. And it doesn't really go anywhere. It's just repeated. So anyway, until next time, where we do this crazy shenanigans all over again, take care. Look after yourself. Be well. And thank you for your company. I'll speak to you soon. See you later. Ta-ra.